So what I'm trying to say is it's now time to get to the bottom line. Everybody's favorite mome, the bottom line.
The bottom line, underscoring the bottom line,
AKA
bottom line.
Terrible Deuce.
She
Bottom
knows.
line.
She knows that's 2-1. 2-1, baby. 2-1. Sorry.
The
All
bottom deuce.
Terrible.
right. It's the final two questions of this podcast. And they're really the two
Bottom
most
line.
important questions. We like to,
Two bottoms.
save the best for last.
Bottom line.
You got to do it louder, Michael. We barely heard that one.
Terrible twos. Bottom line.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, it's the toughie. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this first episode of People of Earth entitled Pilot?
Eesh. Dale 00745, whatever your name is, I forget it.
That's
That was it. 00745. Dale, I hate to tell you that I'm going to give this one a 3.5.
Oh.
It was an interesting concept. Science fiction always gets a little bit of a bump, so that's why it wasn't a 0 or a 1. It was a good attempt at comedy, so that's why it gets the 0.5. But I can't give it any more than that because I only laughed one time, and I've spoke numerously about why I didn't really care for this show, but I guess other people liked it enough for it to get renewed for a second and third season. But then I guess enough people didn't like it that it got canceled after the second season.
Right.
So
Step 1 is realizing you've made a mistake. Step 2 is eliminating that mistake.
flushing it out. Yeah.
Yeah. Melissa, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give this first episode?
I'm gonna say probably.
And don't let Michael harsh your gig. You fly high, stallion.
No, I think I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Yeah, I mean,
It's respectable.
I didn't hate it. And I did chuckle more than one time. I can count at least 3 times. But yeah, 6.5.
Okay, my
All
turn.
right, Ryan.
You know,
All right, Ryan. For
I
the
think
worst show you've ever seen, what
I
are you
think I'm
going
going to
to
rate
give
this. I think I'm going to rate this show higher than it deserves, honestly, because look, as Michael would say, the bottom line is that it's comedy that didn't make me laugh. So for that reason, it should be a very, very, very low score. But I did like the premise. I thought it was interesting. I did like, the structure. I liked the way it presented the information. I liked the twist at the end. I liked, like, they had the right elements, very much so. It just didn't really execute. It just didn't really, but it had the bones and the structure of something that could be very good, something that Michael would give a 10 to, because it's like, it could have been a show that's right up Mike's alley and one that I would like, because, it had the ingredients, but it just didn't execute. So for that reason, I'm going to give it a very sweet and juicy 4.8.
That was very juicy.
It's like an orange. Like when you
I feel like I need to wash my hands after that.
Yeah. Yeah. So question number 2 is the real tough one, though. For the purposes of this podcast, we all had to watch the first episode of People of Earth on Hulu. But now that the podcast is over and you're free to move about the internet, Michael Kenyon Rosenberg, would you, of your own volition, I doubt it, watch the second episode?
Well, surprisingly and sadly, no. Maybe not that surprising. I was trying to pull a Ryan bait and switch, but obviously Ryan's not going to fall for that. He already knows my answer. But
yeah, but you fooled me a couple times for sure.
Did I? No.
Yeah, like the be positive.
Well, that was a true thing. That wasn't me trying to fool you, though.
But I'm saying you fooled my prediction of whether you were going to say yes or no. As in, I was
but
wrong.
I still haven't watched the second yet.
That's okay.
But there's the answer. Nope.
Doesn't seem like it was a tough one for you either.
Ooh.
Melissa,
Hmm.
what about you? Of your own volition, would you watch the second?
I've been flip-flopping about this question
Mm.
because if I watched it, it would probably be out of kindness. Just to give them the benefit of the doubt. But if I'm gonna sit down and put it on because I want to watch the second episode, just to sit down and watch it, probably not. Yeah.
But you
So
are a very
probably not.
nice person, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, yeah, I might give it the benefit of the doubt. I don't know.
Well,
We'll see.
speaking of might, no mites in this show. It's a yes or no.
Well, I said no.
Yeah,
No,
she
no.
said no.
All right. It felt very flippy floppy.
Yes, I mean, it was flippy floppy.
She prefaced it by saying she's
I
been
know.
flip-flopping.
And
so-
I'm agreeing that she was honest with us. Okay, so that's a no. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. As for me, would I watch the second? For some reason earlier, I felt like while we were reviewing it, there was something that made me consider watching the second episode. And I can't remember what that was. So I feel like I can only say no, because if I can't remember the one reason that I thought I might watch the second.
To see where the aliens would go.
Was it because it was picked up for 2 more seasons?
No, I guess it was because I'd be interested in like those alien characters, just kind of to get, because that was kind of the only thing that really felt interesting. Like I was like, oh, that's fun. I kind of want to know what's going on with those guys. But the show is like, well, you don't get to unless you watch more episodes.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
how
can
they
you
get
just
you.
show me? I don't care about
That's
these other
how
guys.
they get you.
So, I mean, in my heart of hearts, I would have to say no. No.
Nope. I know.
But it was
I know.
closer than you thought.
No, it wasn't.
I was tormented by this question. I
No, you
couldn't
weren't.
sleep.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, is that 3 no's? Let me mark
Yep.
that in. That's this show does not deserve that kind of negativity.
Thanks a lot, Dale.
Well, I could switch it so it's not so negative. Take
No.
one for the team.
No, you said no.
Okay. I will.
Yeah, Mike's the referee.
We're
So I
looking
guess
for
that's about it.
honesty here. Yeah.
That's about it, everybody. Stick around for more. Watch the first episodes. Instead of stick around, click around. Click on the Fallingtower button. Click subscribe. Click like. Click on the next show. Do all these things. Just click around and have a blast. And remember that if you want us to review a show, we'd love to hear your suggestions, especially if you skew sci-fi. In the comments below, WTF and a sci-fi show. Could be sci-fi comedy, could be sci-fi drama, could be sci-fi horror, could be nerdy ass sci-fi. We don't care. We love it. Usually.
Maybe you got one of those keyboards where you type like this.
Well, that would be fun.
That's like that Star Trek guy. That's what I was trying to remember.
Yeah.
Remember on Next Generation when he was battling Data and Stratego or whatever it was? Anyway.
Yeah.
So everybody at home, thank you so much for joining us. And what I'm trying to say. Yes?
Yep. That's what you're trying to say.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is this podcast was warm.
This podcast the sex was amazing.
This podcast was, if the car is rocking, don't come a knocking.
That was the scene that made you laugh.
Yeah.
All right, here we go, everybody. You know what to do. You remember what Mr. Michael Kenyon Rosenberg likes to say.
Don't forget to register to be an organ donor with Donate Life America, if you can see it. But then don't forget to, after you register to be an organ donor, make sure to watch the first of shows of things. The end. No more to say.
Freeze frame.
Nope. I keep trying. We don't ever. I don't.
Freeze frame.
Don't try to like. He tries
Freeze
this.
frame.
We don't. I mean, this freeze framing is so lazy. Anyway, this is like the laziest freeze frame I've ever seen.
Okay.
Oh,
Freeze frame.
Boy. No. No.